What's going on, everybody? Before we get into today's video, I want to ask if you could drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us continue to push out quality content for you guys each and every single day. But without further ado, let's just hop right into today's video. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Fantasy Few, and today we are talking about the Derrick Henry injury, and don't be too alarmed, Tennessee fans. He should be back by the end of the season, and if you guys are playoff contenders, which I expect you to be, I don't expect you to not be able to win 4 games without Derrick Henry. Don't be scared. He will be back. The injury, a lot of people are saying it's season ending. That's what Adam Schefter reported originally. Jay Glazer reported that he broke the 5th metatarsal in his foot. And Ian Rappaport recently came out and said that the surgery will likely have him out 6 to 10 weeks, with 8 being most likely what it's going to be, 6th in the best case, which isn't likely, and then 10th in the worst case. So he will be back this year, and this brings up major implications of what will Tennessee actually do to save their season.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and talk about that. The next guy up, that's always a mentality, is Jeremy McNichols. We haven't seen too much of him. He seems like he could be a solid fit in. He knows the offense, kind of an explosive guy, good athlete, played well in college. Something else I want to talk about, though, is potential trades. We have the trade deadline coming up. They would have to make a trade as soon as possible. But what I'm looking at right now is potential 2022 free agents and what guys that I think teams could flip to another team, get something out of the guy before he's a free agent. They can do nothing with him. Top guy on the list, not for trade relevancy, but what would be the best option, Melvin Gordon. He's going to be a free agent. The Broncos just traded away Von Miller. They're obviously not trying to win right now. Vontae Williams, who could step in and take over. But Melvin Gordon's producing. I don't really see that likely. David Johnson from the Texans. He's almost 30 years old. He might be able to produce a little bit. Doesn't have a whole lot left in the tank, but might be able to squeeze out 8 games while Derrick Henry is on leave.
I'm glad you brought up that David Johnson's still in his 20s, because I would have guessed the guy's like 43 at this point.
29.8 years old. He's just about to be 30. And we know that what that means for running back. And on the flip side of that with the Texans, Phillip Lindsay, he's not really a good fit in for Derrick Henry. He's probably almost kind of similar to Jeremy McNichols. So I don't see Phillip Lindsay being a great trade for that. A couple other guys, Rashad Penny. Seattle running back. He is not being used much. He is about to be a free agent. He had a complete transformation over the offseason. Maybe a possible step in. So if you guys are looking for players to add, maybe think about picking up Rashad Penny. And then last but not least, one of my favorites is Marlon Mack.
Yes.
The Colts have been talking about trading him away. I think it makes the most sense. The dude, he can run between the tackles. He's fast. He's explosive. And, maybe he's a good fit for Derrick Henry's replacement while he's gone. But, yeah, other than that, the Titans have about $6 million in cap space. They can make something work. They can get one of these running backs over here. Oh, yeah, one other one I wanted to mention, probably not likely, but Ronald Jones. He's probably one of the better backs I've mentioned besides Melvin Gordon. I don't think Bruce Arians is willing to trade him, though, in case something were to happen to Leonard Fournette in this perfect team.
I was going to say, Bruce Arians is like, they asked about if he was going to trade him. He's like, there's literally no chance of me trading him. And I'm like, all right, so you're just going to continue to give him 3 touches a game then and sit on the bench? Like, I don't get it. He's actually pretty talented, but whatever.
Yep.
And something Mason didn't bring up is, I've seen a report of it today that the Titans are bringing in Adrian Peterson, possibly, for a workout. So, all reliable. They're going to replace the best running back in the NFL right now with one of the best running backs to ever do it. And I mean, I don't care how old Adrian Peterson is. He's always gotten it done for every team he was a part of, whether he was in Washington or Detroit. He always got it done. And fantasy viability, sorry, I can't talk. Fantasy viability definitely is going to be there if Adrian Peterson's on that team, because we've seen in the past that Adrian Peterson can be a workhorse. Maybe not to the extent of Derrick Henry, but he can be a workhorse.
That guy he can just play football, even at an old age that he's at right now. Old for football standards. Speaking of other free agents, you still got Todd Gurley.
Yeah.
Maybe his knees have done a complete 180 since we've seen him last. And another guy that just does not age. Frank Gore is still a free agent.
Yep.
He is not considered retired. Maybe they give Frank Gore a call. That'd be awesome to see Frank Gore play still too. That dude's a baller as well.
I think Baltimore chose all the wrong running backs with all the injuries they've had. They've left all the ones that are kind of serviceable on the free agency still. I mean, Todd Gurley is still serviceable. I know he doesn't play and he's always hurt, but like when he played for Atlanta, like he didn't play bad when he was in there. So it's like you could pick him up and play him every night, like for like
give him a call.
Role. Like why not?
Yeah.
And then Frank Gore, obviously, all reliable. Like he's 65 years old now, could still rush for 1,000 yards if you gave him 400 carries.
Dude, that guy will go in and play football. No, but yeah, to say the least, the Titans are still a playoff contender. Before Derrick Henry went down, they were looking to be one of the best teams of the AFC. You know, they're kind of trumping over the Ravens right now. They're getting it together.
They're still tied number one.
Yeah. So they are, you know, one of the better teams in the AFC right now. As long as they can hold on, this team will be a playoff football team, and they will get Derrick Henry back at some point, whether it's week 17, week 18, or in the playoffs. So Titans fans, hold on there. You guys are going to be okay. Derrick Henry will come back in the postseason, and he will give you guys a chance to make it to the AFC Championship and maybe even the Super Bowl. Who knows?
Now, what I will say is, for all you fantasy owners of Derrick Henry, I am sorry that your season has come to an end. You no longer can be unbeaten anymore, but you are now with the rest of us who don't have Derrick Henry, and you are going to start losing games finally.
You are now normal.
You are now with the rest of the league who's starting third-string running backs as their number one running back for the team. So
love it.
That's why we were talking about all these guys that they're going to pick up possibly, because if you're a fantasy owner and you got Derrick Henry, these are kind of the guys that you got to look at. And if you want to get a jump on the rest of your league, I think Adrian Peterson's going to be the one. I think that's who they're going to go after. And I think if they were intelligent, they'd go after Marlon Mack or Melvin Gordon, because those two guys would be a fantastic replacement for Derrick Henry in terms of his injury. Hey guys, I'm just going to break in here for a second because, you know, Pass Stone's an idiot and just checked his phone exactly after the recording, and they are signing Adrian Peterson now officially. So, yes, go get the jump on him. Go pick him up immediately. Adrian Peterson is
We were a minute late. We were a minute late.
Oh, man, we're dumb. All right, back to the next part of the video. That's all we got today on the Derrick Henry injury. As the reports have been saying that he's out for the season, it's not true. Do not believe that. He will be back this year. It's just a matter of when in that 6 to 10 week time span. He's probably going to be back for the first week of the playoffs no matter what, though. So, Tennessee fans, rejoice. Should be good. Should be able to win 4 games. If you guys enjoyed the video today, like, comment down below. Ask if, is Derrick Henry actually going to be back this season? Probably. But some people might not think so. He broke one of the metatarsals in his foot, and he's already getting surgery on it immediately afterwards, so he should be fine. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the video. We try to post out more news like this for you guys each and every single day, except Sundays because we are busy watching the games. And Mason, I'll let you get us out of here, man.
Fantasy Few out, baby. Let's go.